Hi everyone, 3 years ago I made a video about Pluto entering Aquarius and tried to give you an idea about what's coming. The time has come, Pluto has finally entered Aquarius and will remain there for another 20 years till 2043. The point is not talking about what is already happening, but the point is guessing what's coming, knowing ahead of time what astrology actually helps with and deals with. By that, doing that, we can position ourselves, knowing what's ahead. Please also don't forget to take a look at other videos and subscribe to my channel. Here I'm trying to give you an idea about what's coming, what's ahead, and hope it helps. Pluto's transit through Aquarius is associated with transformation, innovation, and the bright breakdown of outdated structures, as you might know. However, this can manifest in many different ways. On one hand, it could lead to more democratic movements, the centralization of power, and technological innovations that promote individual freedoms and collective well-being. But on the other hand, the dark side of Aquarius can represent the collective, which could be exploited for control, as seen with increased surveillance and the rise of digital authoritarianism as its shadow. One group of society dominating other subgroups. The interaction of Pluto with Neptune and Uranus forming a triangle between air and fire suggests that ideas will be abundant in the coming years, and information exchange will accelerate. Creative energy of fire and ideas of air will work together to realize ideals. This can lead to a more open exchange of knowledge, potentially encouraging freedom and collaboration across borders. Yet, the same technological advancements could also be used as a tool for social control and manipulation. As we know, there are growing concerns around AI, surveillance technologies, and the concentration of power in the hands of a few tech giants. I personally think that our world is becoming more and more totalitarian every day, and there is no way out. The punishments are getting more and more severe for the ones who don't obey. Inevitably, it's becoming like this because the ones that hold the power are okay with it. Whether these are the ones we see or the ones in the background, we don't know. Maybe we don't come face to face with them. Why wouldn't they pick the easiest way, which is suppressing the opposition, when when they are given the full authority by people over everything, and they are met with no resistance at all? Does it really matter we are given the freedom to share our thoughts on social media or elsewhere when only these rulers make the decisions for us? They decide everything that interests us, but still we are not asked our view on anything, actually. Is it that they give us the false feeling that we are into the game, we are in this game? These people are not God. They make decisions based on the data they collect from us, the information they get, using the tools they own. They make decisions based on the data we provide them ourselves, we offer them for free. So they make decisions for us. But that's not the problem, actually. The problem is that we don't know if these decisions they make are for our good, if the decisions they make really benefit us, and if that's one of their worries, if they only work for themselves, for the interest of certain group of people. Are they collecting the data from us to use this data for their own purposes, for their own good, at robbing us more every day from our freedoms? How to know that we are under surveillance for our good? And if the system really cares about us, wants to take care of us, we want to believe in good, in angels, right? Why not question why the data we see, if the data we see is going through many control mechanisms, or if it's going through the control of only certain group of people who oversee what we should see or we should not see. What are their criteria in considering information useful or not? Social media platforms are a monopoly. There are not hundreds of platforms, but a few popular ones we use who have the authority to censor any information that don't align with the agenda they follow. So are we sure the information is really freely circulating without any interference? Of course, contents that contain violence, that violates other people's rights must be censored. Let's look at the world now. The trend toward more totalitarian system can be observed through various global developments where centralized power, restricted freedoms, and increased surveillance are more and more everywhere. Here are some. Please let me give you some solid examples, solid applications of what's really going on. For example, social credit systems that monitor citizens' behaviors and assign scores based on their actions, both online and offline. Maybe you know where this is happening. Cracking down opposition groups, independent media, and public protests, passing laws to suppress free speech, including classifying people spy or agent when they criticize the government, labeling independent organizations and media outlets as foreign controlled, limiting their ability to operate, imposing national security laws, criminalizing opposition actions considered as subversive, or foreign collusion, arresting pro-democracy activists, shutting down independent media, and suppressing freedom of speech, using more and more developed surveillance technologies, CCTV cameras, facial recognition, data tracking in the name of security, shifting we can see many countries shifting towards authoritarianism with the consolidation of power, purging military, judiciary, and civil society, with many opposition members imprisoning people, or silencing. Some we can also see full totalitarian regimes, 100%, having countries ruled by some families, having control over every aspect of their citizens' lives, from their political views to their personal relationships, their tests, to how they must smile, right? Countries rulers using rhetoric, challenging democratic institutions, attacking the media, undermining judicial independence, banning or heavily censoring the internet, blocking access to social media platforms and other information, other content that contradicts their official narrative. They ban anything that contradicts with their official narrative, and they judge everyone or spy or agent if everyone who opposes them. These examples highlight how various governments in different parts of the world have used power and control mechanisms to suppress dissent, restrict freedoms, and concentrate authority. These actually applications are sign of a world shifting towards more and more centralized authoritarian rule. I don't doubt this. Let's go back to Aquarius. Why Aquarius is linked to totalitarianism? Aquarius governs groups, networks, and society structures that bring people together for the greater good, but it can also suppress individuality. A focus on the collective, on the group, sometimes can prioritize the group over personal freedoms, expression. This collective energy lays the foundation for ideologies, revolutions, and systems designed to govern masses, which can over time evolve into authoritarian regimes. All regimes who come up with the claim that they bring greater good for the society evolve into something else, evolve into a regime that evolve into totalitarian regime, which we can find many examples of this, like looking at the history. But why Uranus has a dark side? Because Uranus is ruled by two planets. One of them is Uranus, the modern ruler of Aquarius, symbolizing radical change, innovation, and rebellion. It represents breaking away from traditions and trigger revolutions, though these may also lead to chaotic and predictable systems. One of the traditional ruler, which is we can link more with the dark side of Aquarius, is Saturn. Saturn, the traditional ruler of Aquarius, embodies structure. The tradition, as traditional ruler, is really traditional, and it embodies structure, rules, and discipline. It's more on the side of the existing structure, contrary to that of Uranus. Its influence can push Aquarius towards rigid social frameworks and institutionalized control mechanisms. The controlling nature of Aquarius comes from Saturn. The interplay between these two planetary energies creates tension, a balance, and Aquarius is born to compare, to understand the contrast between these two forces and try to keep a balance between freedom represented by Uranus and imposed order Saturn. It's necessary that Aquarius understands this contract, because one needs to have an full understanding of the existing structure to bring, to move it forward, to bring innovation. At its best, Aquarius represents inclusive progress, equality, and innovations that empower both individuals and communities. However, while striving to build a better future, it's a significant challenge to prevent collective tendencies from overshadowing individual freedoms. Basically, we need a balanced Aquarian energy. It's really dangerous that we are pushed by some authority to become what they want us to become. They might be trying to think about this. They might be trying to mold us into what they want us to become for their own interests. Just because we don't fit to their standards, who is setting the standards? Are they supposed to be setting the standards without asking anybody? Just because they have the authority. Because of the Saturnian nature of Aquarius, the agenda can be hidden and we might not be able to see what they are actually doing to us. That's how authoritarian regimes gain power over time, gain more power by hiding their agendas. No one suppresses anyone for no reason. There must be an idea behind it, an ideal. In other words, there is a direction that they want to take us, and let's not be fooled by illusions. The things what they are offering us, the fake presents they are offering us, if we are not shared transparently the direction they are taking us, trying to take us, why should we follow them? and unless their punishment is ensured if they fail to deliver their promises. We see that they are not actually punished when they deliver their promises. So they were fake. Aquarius also symbolizes the rebellion as part of its essence. That's why we should focus on its positive aspects like freedom, progress, enlightenment, and staying away from blind faith. Being tricked into following a group of people who work only for themselves. Especially on the internet, monopolies have formed and we are being guided exactly how they want us to be, aren't we? What we should see or not see is decided by a single channel operator. So what kind of world is this becoming? Where are we heading to? As technology develops, are we becoming really freer, or is it turning into an even more oppressive environment? And now there is artificial intelligence as well, with very little diversity among them, also seems to be controlled by a single source. Power is centralized. It directs, collects information, and owns it. The problem is, we don't know where this power intends to take us, where it intends to lead us, what are its plans. That's the real issue. How much, and other important issues, that how much of the benefit goes to them by collecting our data, and how much of the benefit comes to us. How much of the benefit comes to us by being controlled. These were labeled, some videos on the internet we previously saw, they were labeled as conspiracy theories, and they were kept away from people's reach. But now they are turning out to be the truth. Previously, they were labeled as conspiracy theories by these mechanisms of power who have authority over, who have the authority to censor any information. They have the authority to label them as conspiracy theories, and they still have it. So we see now that these conspiracy theories turn out to be real. So why did they keep these ones from people's reach and label them as conspiracy? That's really one of the big concerns I'd like to share. One of the biggest tasks of artificial intelligence and similar technologies can be creating agendas. For instance, they can spread fake videos and photos, confuse people. They can easily create scandal when they don't like you, right? They can create the narrative they want or distract attention by creating their own content. They can distract our attention from what's really going on. While there are many ways, I must accept, they help us, we must also be aware of the fact that they collect tremendous amount of information. And another important point I'd like to share is that since Aquarius is related to groups and social structures, we can expect a change in societal structures and classes, a shift in classes, structure of the society, classes. For instance, certain segments of society may come to forefront while other may be pushed into background. We often talk about the growing income gap, right, which has significantly widened in the recent years. This is a very dangerous trend. Imagine inequality increasing under the egalitarian sign of Aquarius. Quite opposite to its essence. and people losing equal access to opportunities. And fascism starts to win over democracy, favoring a particular group. This is the shadow side of Aquarius that I wanted to share in this video. But another thing I must tell you before ending this video, let me add, I believe Pluto in Aquarius will radically transform the way people make money. Making money will become more a matter of brain than ever, with jobs using brain becoming more and more valued, like consulting, sharing information, data. It's about data, and everything will be about data and innovation. Gathering data and using this data for problem solving and making system more efficient. Entering new business areas and geographies will be much more popular area of activity in the coming years. In other words, routine jobs that involve handling specific tasks or solving problems for a set number of hours each day will lose value, while more specialized jobs will gain importance, particularly those that involve selling expertise acquired in a specific field, selling information, selling knowledge, sharing knowledge, So hope you like this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.